Hi, I'm Derek, and there's going to be a point where word of mouth and just getting your name out there is not going to cut it. You're going to need to do some branding. You're going to need to do some marketing for your construction business. I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 different areas and specifics of how to really excel in those areas to get a jump on your competition with your marketing. All right, so the first area that we're going to be looking at with your branding and marketing, it's actually preliminary to doing any marketing and getting things right first. But before I get into that, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And if you have any questions about specifics or need like certain help with stuff, drop a comment below. Be happy to answer it. So the first thing, again, preliminary, before you even start branding and marketing fully, you need to get a few things right. First thing is the ideal client and message. I see so many business owners, contractors who are just like, hey, this is our name, and throw, something out there and try to get business, and it's not hitting, it's not resonating. So you need to be knowing like, what's your messaging? Who's your ideal client? What's important to them? How are you going to differentiate yourself in the marketplace? What's your niche, right? So you take a little bit of time. I've got templates and questionnaires to help you with this if you're looking for it. But you take a bit of time to really figure that out. Your marketing is going to be so much more effective than, just trying to say like, hey, we're just another electrician or another, concrete company, and you should hire us because, hey, we have a logo, right? There's no real reason for them to reach out to you if you're not actually hitting the bullseye with who you want and why they should work with you. Another thing to think about is obviously like you want to have a good website in place and your branding. So this is very consistent with the messaging we talked about before, but your branding as far as colors, your logo, your website, everything should look, clean and professional, so that you're not starting to market and brand and maybe put money into advertising and time and energy into it. And then consistency, again, so important. If they see your advertising here and there and it's like the messaging and the look and the style and everything is like all over the place, you confuse, you lose essentially with sales, with branding, with marketing. You don't want to confuse people. It should be very straightforward. It should be, like I said, very consistent so that they know what they're getting. So that's preliminary work you want to do before you get into marketing. The first place we're going to look at with marketing is your online presence, right? So online marketing, digital marketing, it's kind of like the thing nowadays. And it's actually almost getting not as effective because everyone's kind of doing it. Everyone's there. The offline stuff is actually really what's resonating with people. Like there's, you can go a mile wide and an inch deep, or you can go a mile deep and an inch wide, right? So online is kind of the mile wide. You'll reach a lot of people, but you're not necessarily getting much of an impact. But this is how to reach more people online. You want to make sure your profiles are set up on your social media. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, whichever ones you're using. I don't know. They'll probably have another one next week, it seems like. But business directories as well. So these are business directories online. I've got a free resource. You can find it in the description below. Easy Leads checklist. So this will help you kind of get some of your basic branding. It's a checklist, action list actually, of things you can specifically do to make sure your presence online is top notch, as well as some offline stuff that can help you as well. So make sure you check that out. Description below, link there. Pretty easy. Just fill it out and get the awesome resource. Groups and posting. So Facebook is really great for this. There's lots of groups, probably local groups in your area, whatever city that that may be. If that's Vancouver or Toronto, Winnipeg, Edmonton. I'm up in Canada, so whichever local area you are, even if you just got a population of 50,000 or 10,000 people, there's probably Facebook groups, contractors, whatever. And if there isn't, start one. But these are great places to kind of get your marketing out there. For me, I always have a word of caution with social media, because it's you can just blow so much time, so much energy into social media and it be really ineffective because there's so much noise there. So make sure the time that you're investing in your social media presence is worthwhile, and you're not just getting make sure you're actually getting leads and quality leads, right? So YouTube is another one. You're probably watching this on YouTube right now. There's not a lot of contractors that are comfortable getting on camera. So if you can shoot 5-10 videos of just like a little bit about what you do or a site, or like, hey, we just finished this renovation, do a quick walkthrough. Doesn't have to be anything super special, doesn't have to be super fancy. You can probably just do it on your phone, but you get that on YouTube, classify it as like your specific city, renovation or whatever, you're probably going to rank. And the great thing is, it's not just that people are going to be necessarily searching on YouTube for contracting businesses or whatever it is that you do, but you will get ranks on Google search. So I'm sure that your clients are searching on Google, electrician in Calgary, whatever, project manager or construction manager in Toronto. Like, people will be searching for that, and your specific video will rank on the search engine Google page. So that is why it's so beneficial, and the competition is very low for most places and for most type of construction businesses. So YouTube is great. LinkedIn is like great for finding other professionals. So if you're looking for trades, if you're looking for specific, types of people where like maybe it'd be a good fit, like if you have, like a cleaning business and you connect with other moving companies, well, people move, they'd generally need to clean their old place, they maybe need to clean their new place. That might be a good fit. So you can connect with people, real estate agents, designers, architects. So it's a great place to connect with other professionals. We've got a whole system of exactly how to find the right people and reach out to them. That's effective on LinkedIn if you're interested. And then email campaigns, often kind of overlooked or not done, and it boggles my mind why. I know I was kind of like in the same kind of shoes, and when I did my contracting business, I'd send out some emails, but they weren't really effective or consistent. But if you can start growing your list of like past clients, new clients, and just have like an email list, doesn't have to be big, even if it's just like 20 or 50 people or whatever, just slowly grow it over time. It's a great way to keep in touch with past clients, provide valuable information, and it's gonna like, that mile wide is very narrow, but you're able to go fairly deep because it's specific. People open emails, they're gonna be able to kind of digest the information much better than like social media, where it's just like you're flipping through and most people aren't really that interested unless it's cats dancing with hats on or something like that. So yeah, email campaigns, pretty easy to set up and really useful and effective. So that's the whole online presence. And now I'm going to be sharing with you like offline ways to start marketing in your construction business. So still with me? Is this making sense? Can you maybe pick out a few things there that like you need to get better with? As you start nailing, the different nails here and like build out, that 1% here, 1% there, your marketing, your branding, your presence is going to be so much stronger, and it's going to differentiate you, be in that top 5-10% of companies. When people think of, I need, a plumber, you're the person they're going to think of because they've seen your branding. It makes sense, it's consistent, and it's easy to find you, right? So make sure you're working on this regularly. It's going to be a game changer. Like I said before, word of mouth is great. Referrals are great. Having your name out there is great, but it's only going to go so far. You're only going to be able to grow so big, and it's very inconsistent, right? Whereas with marketing, especially like advertising, putting ads out there, whether that's Facebook or Google ads, things like that, you're going to create consistency of leads. It's not going to be so up and down with the seasons or just, referrals and word of mouth. It's just an inconsistent way of doing business. So if you really want to grow and scale your business, you need to have your marketing in place. All right. Now we're going to the offline. So offline, just to like get it out there, these are some things that maybe you have, maybe you don't have, but vehicle wraps, make sure you got your logo, some marketing, some advertising on your vehicles, clothes. So clothes hanging out, door hangers and signs are awesome. So depending on type of business, contracting business you have, but either just a chloroplast, like those plastic kind of signs, if you're only there for like a couple of days or a week or two or whatever, and you just need to kind of like move them around all the time. If you're a renovator, general contractor, if you're going to be set up at a site for, a couple of weeks to a couple of months to maybe even a year on large commercial projects or home builds, invest in some nice signage, right? People judge a book by its cover, essentially. If your sign is just, it looks cheap, they're going to associate, your business with being cheap. With like for trades and stuff like that, that's not going to be a hindrance. But if you're kind of doing higher end work and you're like a GC or something like that, then make sure you're investing some money in proper signage. And door hangers are awesome. So when you're doing one house in the neighborhood, go by, put a door hanger or a little flyer in the mailbox, just like, hey, we're working down the street. We do renovations or we build houses or whatever. If you're ever considering something in the future, please reach out to us. If you see anything on the site that you're that is like out of place, I invite you to call me directly, or reach out to us directly, right? So this is giving them knowledge that, hey, you're in the area, you're doing work there. You want them to contact you if they see anything on site, maybe like it's messy or they had, one of the guys came over and was pissing in their hedges or something, which has happened before, that they should call you and they should contact you, and they know that you're up, you're on the up and up, and you're there, and you're interested, right? And they're going to remember that. So very important when you're working at one house, make sure you get all the houses in the neighborhood, own the block, put out the signs, and just be present. Some other great offline ways of marketing is events. So this could be your own event, depending on the size of your business and what you do, but host an event, something fun. Could just be like a barbecue, could be information, connect with a few other business owners or whatever, throw on an event, new home buyers, how to renovate or how to whatever, upgrade your home or whatever, something like that. Invite people out. Could just be a client appreciation gala, something like that. If you're not, comfortable or in a place where you think like your own event, it makes sense, go to other people's events. So there's always like these home shows, go there, meet other people, meet the trades, get cards, speaking events. So offer to be a speaker to, to like maybe a real estate company, or if you see like a business, events coming to town, offer to speak and share about your contracting business or something that you're good at. And then of course, networking events, right? So there's lots of networking events out there. Again, like word of caution, can be time consuming, and depending on the networking event, you may not be, talking to anybody remotely, that matters to your business. It's good to get, that personal touch and get out there. But I find networking events can sometimes be, just ineffective. A lot of, fanfare, but not much buy-in by different people there. But sometimes you meet that one person or those two people that, you're going to have kind of for life as like part of your good network or business colleagues or, referrals or whatever. So that's about events. Last thing I'm going to be touching on offline marketing. So you're still with me. There's a lot here, but again, go through, pick out a couple things you're going to get started on, jump back to this video, in a couple weeks or whatever, and get a few more. Drop some comments if there's anything specific of how to like implement this or what specifically it should look like. Last thing is, things like physical objects. This could be cards. So sending out cards, Christmas, birthday, Halloween, whatever, that you like. So, but send out some cards, especially appreciation card, like after they've done, business with you, send them a card like, hey, I really appreciate your business. Hope you did like a great job, yada, yada, yada. Put in a small gift if you want, Starbucks, Tim Hortons card, maybe a little tape measure with your logo on it. So whatever. Books are super awesome. If it might seem daunting to have to write a book, but even just like a 20-30 page book of like how to hire a good general contractor, or like what you should know about electrical in your home, something like that's relevant to your clients that you could give them and be like, hey, you know what, you're going to pick a contractor here, you're going to be spending money, you're going to write a check to someone. How do you know that you're going to be hiring the right person? Like what would that what's important to you, and then like you can listen to what's important to them, and you can provide them a book. Like this is a gift to me, or from me to you. Whether you hire us or hire the next guy, I hope you hire us. But this book will help you make that decision. Generally people don't throw away that kind of stuff, at least not right away. And it's going to separate you from everybody else, and really make you the expert, right? And get creative with like different objects or gifts. Like I've heard of guys who have put their logo on the 10-gallon pails, like those those orange or yellow pails, and they go put a pail at every house where they're working, near where they're working, just like, hey, here's a free pail from us. It's like, it's kind of an odd thing, but it's something kind of everybody needs or will keep, in their garage. Like, oh, I can use it for something, right? So get creative. Maybe it's a watering can. If you're a landscaper, just go drop, a little watering can at each house around the block, and people are gonna recognize it. So something out of the ordinary like that. Again, these days, like, marketing is so essential. Make sure you check out the link in the description below. I've got a free course on how to grow a business that works without you. So this is how to start systematizing your business, get your processes in place, whether that's sales or marketing, operations, hiring, financials, all those areas of your business, how to start really building that out so you can get off the the day-to-day grind and start to actually scale your business in a way that's not going to make you crazy, not going to make things go out of control in your business. And again, reach out to me as well if you want any help or want to learn more about what rapid results creators can do for your business.